techniques of capital budgeting. That is, what methods are used to evaluate the projects before the firm. So, under the techniques of capital budgeting, we have two broad categories of the methods used. One set of methods is the traditional methods or traditional techniques, which are not using the concept of time value of money. So traditional techniques would be non-discounted techniques. On the other end, you have the modern techniques of capital budgeting or time adjusted techniques of capital budgeting. So traditional techniques, they evaluate the proposals before the firm without giving due consideration to the concept of time value of money. Under that, we have two methods. First is the payback period. Second is the accounting rate of return, which is also known as ARR method. Under the time adjusted techniques, we will be doing the net present value, NPV method, internal rate of return. Another very popular technique is the IRR, internal rate of return. Then we'll be doing the PI method, profitability index, terminal value, and then certain modifications in the existing method of IRR and payback. So how they have improved over time. Internal rate of return से हम modified internal rate of return पे आते हैं. And for payback, the improvement is the discounted payback period, which we will take as we move further in this chapter. So I will start first with the traditional techniques or non-time adjusted techniques, non-discounted techniques of capital budgeting. Now, simply speaking, payback period is the time period in which the firm is able to recover its initial investment. So the time period in which you are getting your payment back from the project in which you have invested is the payback period. So which makes sense also in the rule which we'll be following for the payback period, because every firm would prefer to receive back or recover the investment that has been made. The rule for payback period is shorter the payback period, better it is. So shorter the better is the rule which we follow when we evaluate the firms on the basis of payback period. Now, if you have independent projects are the projects which can be chosen irrespective of, or choice in one project is not affecting the choice in the other projects. So when you have independent projects, you rank them on basis of their payback period and shorter to longer duration. This is how you rank the projects, and then you can choose them accordingly. On the other hand, when you have mutually exclusive projects, mutually exclusive capital budgeting projects, then you go for the one with the shorter payback period. So with mutually exclusive projects, project with shorter payback is chosen. The payback period can be calculated in two ways. So there are two scenarios, two cases which you can find before yourself. Now, one thing to remember is that payback period is based on cash flows. Very important point that the payback period is based on cash flows, and you can have cases when you have equal cash flows or unequal cash flows. So accordingly, we change our method of calculation. Let's start with the first case where you have equal cash flows. Let's take a simple question. हाँ जी, yes, there is a
इंडिपेंडेंट ट्रैक क्या बताया था आपने ए पॉइंट
क्या प्रणत इंडिपेंडेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए वी इंडिपेंड हाँ जी आप बोलो
हम इंडिपेंडेंट रैंक वाला पॉइंट पूछ रहा हूँ क्या था उस पॉइंट में
इसमें बेटा इंडिपेंडेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स वो होते हैं जो आप विदाउट एनी कंस्ट्रेंट चूज कर सकते हो तो इसमें आप क्या कर रहे हो आपके पास तीन प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं उनको आप रैंक कर देते हो ए बी सी तीन प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं एक का पे बैक पीरियड 1 ईयर है एक का 2 ईयर है एक का 3 ईयर है तो जिसका शॉर्टेस्ट है वो रैंक 1 होगा फिर रैंक 2 फिर रैंक 3 उसके बाद अगर फर्म के पास इनफ बजट है तो आप तीनों प्रोजेक्ट्स को चूज कर लोगे पर अगर जो बजट है वो सिर्फ एक या दो प्रोजेक्ट्स अलाउ करता है तो आप रैंक वाइज सिलेक्शन करते हो okay. Okay, let's come to the first case where you have equal cash flows. Let's take a question. So, say firm A has purchased a machine for rupees 50,000 and it is expected to generate cash flows of rupees 10,000 per year. So, what is the payback period of the machine? I repeat the question. Firm A has purchased a machine worth rupees 50,000 and the machine will be giving a cash inflow of rupees 10,000 per year. What is the payback period of the machine? The formula is
Five.
5 years. The formula which we use is initial investment divided by the equal cash flow. Okay, so equal I'll mention here. So this gives you 5 years of payback period. Things change when you have questions with unequal cash flows. There we first calculate the cumulative cash flows and then we apply a formula. Again, I will use some information to explain this concept. So let's take up a question and through this solution, I will explain you the steps which are used to solve a question with unequal cash flows. So here you are given that there is a project with an outflow of 40,000 rupees and for 5 years you are given the cash flow. So one, two, you need to see that in how many years are we recovering our investment. step one is to calculate the cumulative cash flows. CCF, cumulative cash flows, which is simply adding the preceding cash flow to the current year's cash flow. This becomes 22,000. After this, we locate the 2 years between which you are recovering your investment. Now, our investment is of 40,000, and by the end of fourth year, we have recovered 39,000. Whereas by the end of fifth year, we have recovered 44,000. So this means basically you have a cash flow of 44,000 by the end of fifth year. So this means that it is between the fourth year and the fifth year that we are recovering our 40,000 rupees. It is between the fourth year and fifth year that our initial investment is being recovered. So now the formula for calculating the payback period is the lower year, here is fourth year. Required cash flow means that what was the additional cash flow that was required to recover the initial investment. तो 39,000 के बाद आपको 1,000 more recover करना था to reach to 40,000. एक्चुअल कैश फ्लो है कि उस टाइम ड्यूरेशन में एक्चुअल में कितना कैश फ्लो हुआ है, दैट इज 5,000. रिक्वायर्ड कैश फ्लो इज कितना चाहिए था आपको टू रीच द इनिशियल आउटफ्लो, and actual cash flow is the cash flow that is actually taking place between the fourth year and the fifth year. That is the cash flow in the fifth year. So this gives you 4.2 years as the payback period. Please have a look at the steps. Any point which is not clear, I'll take up more questions on payback period, but I'll take up the next technique first. So if there's any doubt, any question in the solution on the screens, you can ask. Okay, so this is how we have calculated the payback period. We now move to the next method, which is the second traditional method of capital budgeting, the accounting rate of return, ARR. Now, accounting rate of return in simple terms is the return on investment or rate of return on the investment made by the firm. As the name suggests, this technique is based on accounting profits. So, while payback period was using the cash flows, ARR is using the accounting profits. And in fact, of all the techniques that we will be doing in this unit, it is only ARR that uses the concept of accounting profits. Again, like payback period, you have two scenarios. First case is the case of equal profits. So ARR, rate of return, is in percentage. You get your answer in percentage. It is profit after tax upon average investment into 100. You get your answer in percentage terms. Profit after tax is taken average investment. This is so the formula is half of purchase price minus the scrap value plus scrap value plus the working capital investment in the project. This is how the average investment is calculated. When I say use the term purchase price, then it includes both the cost plus the installation expenses on the machine. This method is used when you have equal cash flows every year. When we have unequal cash flows, I'll write the formula here and then we practice questions. So ARR, when you have unequal cash flows, is the average of annual profits. Average of profit after tax divided by average investment into 100. So that's the change in the formula. Let's move to a question on ARR. The concept will become more clear. So this is a question on ARR. When we are targeting projects, when we are ranking projects, or we have mutually exclusive projects, then we prefer the projects that give you higher ARR. So higher ARR, better it is for the firm. तो इंडिपेंडेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स जब रैंक करोगे तब आप चूज करोगे रैंक करोगे ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ARR in descending order. And again, when you have mutually exclusive projects, you will prefer the project that gives you a higher accounting rate of return. So a company has purchased a machine of 60,000. The scrap value of the machine is 8,000, and you are then given the profit after tax. So in this question, you are directly given the value that is required, the profit after tax. So step 1 would be calculation of average profit after tax, which is, see how much is the value coming to. For average investment so this comes to rupees 6,400. This is how you calculate the ARR. So we get the ARR as 18.8%. What needs to be seen is that company has a required rate of return of 20%. Now this means that the company will be choosing the projects which should give a minimum return of investment of 20%. So in our case, we will be rejecting this machine as the ARR is lower than the required rate of return. So this is how you make a decision with respect to machine or the investment if the required rate of return is given. If ARR is higher than the required rate of return, we accept the proposal and we reject the proposal if the case is vice versa. So I hope this is clear. Now I'll give you one question to solve. The step 2, I'll explain. Step 2 is calculation of average investment. So here the formula used is half of purchase price minus scrap value. This is the average holding in the project that you have chosen, plus scrap value and working capital that is recovered at the end of the time period of the investment. So that in our case is coming to 34,000. So you have one question before you. The initial investment of 50,000, investment proposal has initial investment of 50,000, time period 5 years, no scrap value. Company uses straight line method of depreciation. Now, the formula for average investment which we are using is used when the company is using straight line method of depreciation. Corporate tax rate is 35%, and please have a look very carefully that you are given the profit before depreciation and taxes. Now this means that some modification needs to be made before we can calculate the payback period and the average or the accounting rate of return. Payback period needs the cash flows, while ARR needs the profit after tax. So step 1 in the question is to calculate the cash flows. So year 1, I'll solve for the first year, then you can calculate for the remaining years. Depreciation would be 10,000 per year because the 50,000 machine has zero scrap value. So 50,000 divided by 5. So 10650 is the depreciation for the cash flow for the first year. When you are using the payback period, we are using the cash flows. First, you need to calculate the cash flows for all the 5 years. And when calculating ARR, you will be using these values. So start solving. First step, calculation of cash flows.
And depreciation 10,000 कैसा है?
डेप्रिसिएशन बेटा आपकी मशीन 50,000 की कॉस्ट है, स्क्रैप वैल्यू 0 है, लाइफ ऑफ द मशीन इज 5 years. Straight line method of depreciation, cost minus scrap value divided by life. 50,000 divided by 5, 10,000 per
ओके मैम.
year. Please solve. First, give the value of cash flows in the chat box. Okay, the answers shared. I think Puneet has shared the correct answers. So 10650, 16,500, 15,200, 13250, and 11,400. These are the cash flows. So all of you can check. After this, you first calculate the payback period using cumulative cash flows because this is a case of unequal cash flows. Start solving, or even better, I will also solve with you, and there are doubts you can ask me.
Ma'am, what is the value of fifth year's cash flow?
Fifth year is 11,400.
Ma'am, can you show the calculations? I'm getting 11,300.
Okay, I'll solve for the fifth year.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. So you are given PBDT. It's 11,300. You're right. I'll just check the answer. Yes, yes, it is 11,300. Please make the correction there, Puneet. This is the cash flow for the fifth year. Now you can proceed to calculation of the payback period, where first you will calculate the cumulative cash flows. I'll add another page. So this is the first step in calculation of payback period. You calculate the cumulative cash flows. Our investment was of 50,000 rupees, which means that it is between the third and the fourth year that we are recovering our initial investment. I'll just check the answer. Give me a minute. Yes, 3.57 is correct. So we are taking the lower year now as the third year. And here to reach 50,000, we required 7650. Yes, 7650 was the required cash flow to reach 50,000. But actual cash flow in the fourth year is 13250. So that gives you a payback period of 3.57 years. So this means that the firm is able to recover the investment in 3.57 years of the 5-year life of this machine. So this is a good investment proposal before the firm. Now next technique which you need to use is the accounting rate of return. तो अब आपने यहाँ पर जो वैल्यूज कैलकुलेट करी थी here the profit after tax for all the 5 years. Use these values to calculate the accounting rate of return. See what is the answer coming to? Your average investment in the proposal बिल्कुल easy है because there is no scrap value given. So average investment would be 25,000. 50,000 divided by 2. You need to calculate the average of profit after tax and see what is ARR coming to. 53.52. I have one answer. Rest of you also solve. Then I will check. Sanath, is this a typing mistake? 53.52. 53 is huge value. Please make the correction. Yes, 13.52% is the answer. So ARR is coming to 13.52%. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll stop here. You just revise both the techniques before the next